we are going to go over defining your farming area. So I'll just do a small recap of how we did last week. So if you guys don't have a farm or don't know like where to start or how to go about that, like I was talking about last week, I think the important thing is to farm where you're close to and what you know, a place that you know, because obviously you're going to be the community expert or the area expert. You want to know, what the, stats are, what the, local schools, shopping, eating, all of that good stuff. So it's important to do something that's local and within reach that you're going to actually service. So that's key number one. So you could do that, or you could even do a farm of your sphere, your past clients, whichever way you want to do it. So right now, it's important that you guys are reaching out, obviously, to your sphere, to your past clients, and just, kind of, having those conversations with them and keeping in touch with them. I think, like I said, more than anything right now is the most crucial time to do that, because some of them are by themselves. Some of them are home alone. Some of them, it's easy to feel the sense of loneliness right now. So I think that just reaching out, simple, how you doing, can go from here to here. So it can, open up some great conversations for you guys. I'm going to share my screen with you guys really quick, so that way you guys can see. Let me see. So this is Fidelity Farm. This is what I use. Again, each agent might have their own system, their own way of looking for, conducting their farm searches. You could even, contact your title rep and say, hey, can you give me the addresses around here, or what have you, whatever it is that you're doing. But if you don't have, or you have nowhere to start, nowhere to begin, this is actually a great starting point. This is actually through Fidelity. And I really, like I said, personally like it because it's really user-friendly, which is number one. That's important. And it gives you all the data that you need. So on here, when you go to create a farm, very simple, toolbar is up top. Select create a farm, and then you can do it by inputting address, inputting just city, zip code, and then what it does is it will locate it, and then you decide, you create a polygon and decide, do you want single family, do you want commercial, do you want condos, whatever it is you're looking for, amount of bedrooms, if you really want to narrow it down. If you just want to know, a simple community, then you can select that, and then it'll create the farm for you. So that is already what we've done here. And once the farm is created, it's going to tell you what the farm grade is. Now, obviously, the higher the turnover rate, the better the grade. So if you notice, this first one is a higher turnover rate at 6.23%, which is a great rate. But an A, which if your community's an A, that's awesome. I would definitely, put a lot of effort into farming into those areas. A D, not so much, because this is telling me that these homeowners don't move. This area they pretty much stay there. So you don't really want to put too much effort and energy into this community, because it's probably going to not amount to anything, that fast. So A's and B's are great. C's, yeah, they're okay too. But the only way I would do that is if it's like maybe your own neighborhood. So you want to stay, definitely in the face of your neighbors. So then that you can do that. So once you've selected your farm, there's so many different things that you can do with your farm. So you can narrow it down. So just determining on who it is that you guys want to, to advertise to or to market to. So that way you don't do like this community here. I believe has, I don't even know, where is it at? I think it has 353 records. So if you don't want to send out to all 353 people every month, you can decide who it is that you want to target. So I'll give you an example. If you go to the next where it says complete farm, that's everybody in your farm. If you go to the next tab, it says recent buyers. By clicking on recent buyers, there has been 6 recent buyers that have purchased in this community this year. So 6 homes have sold so far. So it's up to you. What a lot of times people say, well, why would I want to advertise to a recent buyer? They already have an agent, they already bought a home. What's the point? Well, a lot of things are. Number one, not every experience with an agent is a good one. Number two, agents don't follow up. And number three, if you're going to advertise as being the neighborhood specialist, what other better way than to welcome them into the neighborhood? So you can send them something simply by welcome, congratulations on your home purchase, welcome to the neighborhood, here's a community guide, or here's whatever you want to say, or here's a calendar, so then of course anything free they're going to put on their fridge or what have you. So again, that you're just getting them started and just showing them who you are in the community. So that would be one reason, like I said, to market to them. The next tab is out of state. Out of state and absentee. So both of these are people that don't live in the property. So you're out of state, you have 5, and then your absentee owners, you have, 30. So you have 35 homes in that area that people don't necessarily live in. So they're either a rental, maybe because this is a senior community, so it could even be where it's, there are those, they live here for so many months and then they live, somewhere else for so many months. That could be the case too, not sure. But your marketing obviously to these people might be a little bit different than to a regular occupied home. So you can come up with something kind of unique to send out to these particular people. So that way, again, you're making sure that your marketing is applying to them, because it's a little bit more effective when they can relate to what it is that you're trying to say to them. So that would be that. And then here's your occupied, and your occupied, you have 323. So out of these, again, you can come up with something, something unique, something different. There's additional filters that you can add to the market to focus more. It'll say here how many people have lived here for 2 years, 3 to 5 years, 2 to 13 years. And again, the purpose of that is so that way it'll help. Maybe they say, every 5 years, someone sells. So maybe if you're looking into that area, you can, do that. The other thing, if they've been there for 25 plus years, maybe they're thinking about selling because they've been there for so long. Ready to sell, and this is people who they believe, it's all at statistics and stuff and the way they analyze stuff through the program, so you can see if there's any that are ready to sell. Anniversary, again, this is all through public records, so it'll be able to tell you who's coming up with an anniversary. So again, you can let them know, hey, happy 10th, you've been here 10 years, wow, or congratulations, or what have you. So those are some things you can do for the occupieds. If like these here have the homeowner exemption filed, well, it looks like everybody does because there was 323. So I guess that wouldn't apply. But if there was some that didn't, then you can let them know, of that option as well. So there's a lot of different, different things. If you're looking for, let's just say, you want to get a little bit deeper, you can also go into notice of defaults by clicking to see if there's any that have any notice of defaults, and it looks like there hasn't been any. Notice of trustee sale, same thing. There looks like there hasn't been any. And then you can actually go in and pay for phone numbers, emails, marriage, births, and deaths, and divorces. Those you have to pay for those, but you're able to go in there, like I said, just depending on what it is you want to do and get creative to your market. So again, that would be something, like I said, if you did that, but this is a monthly task. This is something that you have to be consistent. So again, it's important to put it in your schedule and make sure that this is part of working on your business, and be able to send them, you should plan ahead. So you have all the, the marketing material, I think, is what becomes the hardest sometimes. What we've been trying to do too, because I focus more on database farming, is we give them some information. I like to do a lot of stuff via messaging. because to me it's easier and I know they're going to get it. Yeah, a lot of people might get their mail right now because everybody's home, so they're looking forward to something. So right now it's not bad to mail stuff. So I'm going to kind of show you guys just some ideas of some marketing that you can send. That again, if you look, when you look for stuff, you find it. So I don't know how many of you guys actually use um, what is it called? Let me have it right here. Old Republic. Do you guys use Old Republic for insurance, homeowners insurance? So if you go to Old Republic right now, they have, if you go here, a free ebook. Okay, so if you download this free ebook, and you can always add your own information to it. You know, if you just download it as a PDF, and I can show you how to do that as well. So here is this free PDF book. Again, you can text it if your clients, like I have an iPhone, so I can text PDFs to people with iPhone. I can't text people with, you know, Android, so I would have to email it to them because it won't allow me to do that. But this is a little brochure that they created for you to share with your clients. Thriving Inside: Tips for Syncing Your Stay-at-Home World. And it just, you know, shows pictures of families and just giving ideas about, you know, being home, how to work from home, 5 ways to have fun at home, food safety tips, keep calm and carry on, 10 ways to stay socially connected, 3 ways to stay active, work from home tips. So you could even have these printed if you wanted and create it into a book. And then, like I said, you can see they're non-branded, but it gives them, you know, just some information to read, you know, about, you know, everybody staying home. And so obviously it's related to what's going on right now. So it's nice. And then the last page, which is the Old Republic, I'm just going to go down here so you guys can see, you can always change your, you know, you can always add and take away or, you know, do whatever it is that you want to do. But if I save this, so if I save this, and this is PDF Expert on my MacBook. I don't really use it as much, but so here it is. So if I wanted to, I could add stuff on here to edit the PDF if I wanted to. So that's what I'm saying. If you wanted to, you can, you know, add if you have a business card, if you know, you can probably put it above this whole thing here, because you don't necessarily, you know, want to show maybe their actual, you know, stuff here. So you can just edit the PDF by doing, you know, like I said, you can add an image, and here's the music. Hold on. Your guys' faces is blocking my way to click. So there we go. So I'm going to go to photos, and then let's just say I want to do, I don't know, let's find something easy. Hey, I know her. Let's see. This is awful. Should have it. So let's just pretend this is my business card. I don't know. So we'll just insert this, right? So you can put it anywhere. Like I'm saying, I'm just telling you, like, you can put it anywhere, and then you can put, you know, maybe the balloon or whatever, you know, your information, and it'll be on the last page. So that way you, like I said, you can have them printed, or you can email them, or, you know, text the PDF, whatever it is. But what I'm saying is, if you're farming, you could even, like I said, you know, just print them out and then just drop them on the doors. It's great information. So, and you could even leave like bottle of homemade sanitizer or something, or some gloves or something. Something. Okay, so I see that do you see chats, Jessica? Is there, I thought I saw it, but then it went away.
Yes. It says, did you pay for the PDF expert on your MacBook?
I don't remember, to be honest, because it's been so long. I might have. It might have been $10 or something.
I think
But
you
yeah.
do, and then it shares across all your devices because you have the
Yeah,
iPad and your
maybe that's what I did.
iPhone.
Yeah.
And
I
then
don't,
there's
to be
another
honest,
one.
that's a,
How can we search for any potential refis?
that, you know what would be the, I don't know about doing that in here. I don't know if I saw Marlena on here. Is she still here? Yes. Marlena, on Fidelity Farm, can you search for equity? Do you remember? Oops. Where are you at? I lost you. Wait, hold on. Let me unmute you because you're muted. Unmute.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Same way as on the search bar up at the top that you're able to ask for specific
Oh, wait, hold on.
macro farms, then you can access that as well.
Okay, so on here somewhere, equity.
Are you on the farm app?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, on the something happened to my computer. The whole thing's like freaking out. I can't even access anything. I'm
Okay.
flipping out.
You know what? When it says Ali at the top, that's the upgraded version, huh?
Correct.
Okay. So you can, but like you have to pay for that through here. So, but you could probably do it through here. The ones that I kind of use this hand in hand with Property Radar. So if I go into Property Radar, that one allows me to do that as well. And I mean, because I pay for both, that's why I don't want to pay for that here. But I can show you really quick. I hope I can show you really quick. It just depends on my internet, right? Okay, so here we go. So if you go here to, let me get out of here, close this. If you go here to new list, you can go and make a new list, and then you decide, you know, where it is, what city or whatever, and then you go here to value versus equity. So you can put in, you know, like let's say you want them to have, you know, 70% LTV or 80% or whatever it is that you're looking for. Or if you want them to have no equity, you know, whatever it is, and then it'll give you those people based off, you know, the data it has. So here you can, I mean, here you can definitely do that as well. But the reason here I use both because for me, this one is if I'm looking for a target property and I want more information, I don't really use it for that. That's why I like this one, the Fidelity one, because it gives me what I'm looking for from the, you know, at a glance. Like as soon as I select the farm, it gives me all the details. And, you know, this is what it tells me: my turnover ratio, average, how, you know, the average that people stay there is basically 9 years, the average sales price, you know, how many buyers, how many out of state. It gives me everything that I want at a glance. So I can see how I want, you know, how I'm going to connect with this particular farm and, you know, what I want to do. So that's the purpose why I like this one. Property Radar gives you a lot of information. But I just don't like how it doesn't give it to me like this. It's just, I don't know, I'm more of a visual. So like I said, I can determine how I'm going to market and what type of marketing that I want to do for this particular place. Now, like I mentioned, I do a lot of database stuff. So we've been working on different things. Like I said, to me, that home warranty thing is huge. It's a great piece. I recommend that you guys definitely, you know, take advantage of that, and, you know, even send it to friends and family. You'll be surprised. Even, you know, you can share it different places, but you give it to one person, and sometimes people will be, you know, reading something, and then they're going to say, "Oh, who gave you that?" Or "Where'd you get that from?" And then, so again, everything starts from there. "Oh, I got it from, you know, my realtor, you know, she sent this to me, you know, blah, blah, blah." And then it's like, "Oh, I want one of those. How can I get one of those?" So I've had stuff like that happen. So that's why I'm telling you, just, you know, don't don't think about it too much. People appreciate it. Well, not everybody will, but it doesn't matter. So just, you know, just keep doing you. Here, I didn't save these, Jessica, yet, so I'm just going to go into show you guys here. We've been working on these. Hold on. Where are we at? Okay, so these are some of the marketing pieces that that you can text to your clients. For those of you that were on my CMA class, you do have the free landing page with that's you know, that's directed to you, that if you send them that link and then it asks them, you know, do you want to know your home's value? They type in their address. And the reason you want to send that with this is because you're going to know if they're looking on that link. So you can text this to, you know, your sphere, your clients, friends, family, just, you know, or anyone that you've ever talked to, maybe met at an open house. You know, it doesn't hurt. You know, they're going to check their message and maybe they'll save your phone number, maybe, you know, for a later time. But it's just a really nice and soft way to, you know, to stay in touch with them. And you're just letting them know, you know, that you're always available to help them. And in the meantime, here's a link if they want to track the history or their neighborhood, you know, sales activity. And then you know, you send them the link and it's a direct hit. They just have to click the link from their you know, their cell phone, and it'll take them straight to the landing page in which they're going to enter their address. And that's how you're going to know how effective it is, because once they enter their address, you become aware that they're looking at it. So that's the purpose of that, is you can track to see, you know, what the turnover ratio is for sending that type of marketing. So that's one thing. The other one we did is just something like this that you can send, you know, they already know you're a realtor. You don't have to be all, you know, I'm a realtor, you know, they already know who you are. So you're just letting them know, you know, the world is constantly changing. You know, what remains is our dedication to getting through those changes together. Reach out, I'm here. And it's just something very simple, you know, with your name. And again, these are all done on Canva, right, Jessica? Yeah. So like all the designs, all of it, yeah. So
is this from a particular program?
No, it's just from Canva. We just created them.
Oh, yeah. You created them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, well, not me, Jessica created them. So we go over ideas together on what we're trying to accomplish. And so I give her the idea, she brings it to life. So that's nice. Kind of how we work together. Nice. So, and like I said, this is just something to share. It's not too overwhelming. You see what I'm saying when they receive that. So that's kind of nice. And then the other one that she did was this one, which, let's see.
Very poetic.
Yeah, just soft and, like I said, nice. I'm trying to, my internet is just horrible because everybody's here and, you know, trying to do their thing.
Okay. Very nice.
So I don't know if you can see that, but I'm trying to make it bigger, but it's not cooperating with me right now.
No, I can see it. Looks good.
So it just says, it feels like we're caught in a storm. Health concerns and social distancing are swirling around everyone's head like storm clouds, but I've never seen a storm that didn't end. This too will pass. Until then, this isn't business as usual, and neither are we. We're a community and we're in this together. Don't hesitate to reach out. So again, just your information, again, that you're there for them. And these are things, like I said, to me, I like to send text messages because everybody's on their phones right now. Or if you don't want to text, you could even send them as Facebook Messenger messages, you know, to your clients directly, or to maybe even potential prospects. I try to friend all of my clients on Facebook because again, it's a free way of staying in front of their face. You know, it makes sense. I've heard a lot of people say, I don't want them to know my business. I don't want them to know. Well, then don't post those things, you know, just post the things. I mean, it's free. So, and that's the thing where, I get it. You know, you want to go out and have a good time. I mean, you can actually make groups though, or you can actually categorize if they're clients, friends, you know, and stuff like that. I mean, if you're really concerned about it, and then when you post, you can eliminate that group. so that way they don't necessarily, you know, see those things. I mean, if you really wanted to do that, but
Right.
but there's just so many ways, you know, that you can be reaching out to your people, because it's important for them to, number one, feel you know, that you're sincere, that you're genuine, and they'll want to work with you. But again, it's just, to me, the farm, if you don't farm right now, is a perfect time to start, because I think it's a good time to build the marketing that you want to do for, you know, for the remainder of the year. You should be sending something out once a month. And then when I go back to Old Republic, not only do they have this ebook, but they also have, if you, and I know that other home warranties have the same. So you can, whatever home warranty you use, you know, this one is, you know, I use Old Republic, and then they have a toolbox where you can customize your marketing tools. You go in there once, set up your account, and then you don't ever have to do it again. So what you do is you go here, and so every month they release in English and in Spanish a free newsletter. So you can go in here and customize your newsletter. You know, here, this one has Maria's information. I think Maria's on the call. So this one has her information. And so you just go in here, and then you select the month, and if you want it in black and white or color, or if you're a team or, you know, an individual agent. So let's just say for May, I want to get this one ready to send out. So I'm going to create the PDF, and it's that simple. You know, you just input your information, and voila, your newsletter's made, because it's already pre-done. You're just inputting your information on it. So, and I don't know where it's at. Oh, here it is.
That's what I did. I made those flyers, and then I stapled my business card at the very corner. I folded it up 3 ways, and I'm gonna just walk the neighborhood, like, or my farm around here, over the weekend. I'm just gonna leave it up, like, on their door, or
even on their doorstep, you know.
I'm gonna do that.
But these are nice, and they're nice too, because you can print them in a different color, like print them in yellow or in, you know, maybe a light blue or something else. But just so that way, if you do mail them, they don't mesh with the white envelopes or stuff like that. So, you know, do it in a separate color, so that way they can take a look. But you can fold them in 3 ways, and it always goes over something health and safety. It always goes over what a home warranty does, helpful hints. And then it always gives a Mexican
recipe.
A recipe.
We're hungry.
I'm like, oh my God, that looks so good. I know. You're like, what happened to my elote, man? So you could, and it gives household tips. So you can fold it in 3s, and then you can just mail it out as a postcard, or you can put it in an envelope, you know, whichever you prefer. If you're going to mail them out, you're probably better off putting them in an envelope, because I've mailed them out before, and because of all the stuff they go through to get mailed, sometimes my clients will call me, they're all torn or whatever, because they go through like machines or whatnot. So putting them in an envelope, but even a colored envelope, you know, would be nice. But, or like Vanessa said, even walking them, probably even better. You know, walking them and giving information. So these are just, and again, these are all free, just, you know, cost you to print or mail or whatever, but you know, they're done already. So that's the nice thing. You don't have to worry about doing that. Mm-hmm. But again, by being consistent and staying in, you know, the face of whoever it is in, then obviously that's the good thing. So if you decide that you want to get a little bit more savvy, because those are one way, you know, those are one way to just do like an overview of a generic farm. Now, what's also a good thing, but to do, again, being consistent, is once you list a property for sale, you know, a lot of people put just sold, just listed, and, you know, all that stuff. If you're going to do that, again, you can go into the Fidelity Farm, put in the property address in which you listed, go around it, find all the properties, and then you can, you know, create, you can create marketing, you know, for those people. So you're going to see how many people are actually living there, how many people are not. So you can base your your marketing criteria, dependent upon that. So with something like that, if we were to go into, I'll go into pages. So if we go in here, you could do, I think we just sent this one to, the one that says that we have buyers.
Oh yeah, I got it.
So we created this, I have buyers. Let me find it. I don't know if I have it on here.
That one's a good one because it's a half sheet, and so you save some more ink.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What it's like, yeah, it's so I created these on pages. I love pages. So this one, it was actually for Katie. And basically just to show you guys, it just, like she said, they're half. So this is the back side. And the reason for this is because so you can mail them if you want them. You can make them as a postcard, or you can put them on the door, whichever you prefer. But it just said, this is where you're trying to get listings in a certain area. Like I said, a lot of times I tell the agents, when you see one of us, have a listing in a certain area, go knock the area and let them know, you have buyers. So a lot of times this is definitely good marketing. If they see, they see you, they get to know you too. So this is one piece that we developed. Jessica, is there more messages?
No
I see
messages.
the light going off, but I can't. Okay, just want to make sure. And then, so just depending, like I said, you have to create your marketing pieces for, let's see. For the particular, area, we do the, where is it at? So we do also do the neighborhood reports, which look something like this, which also are good things to, you can put these in your neighbors, stuff, also. And it just goes over, we get this from Cloud CMA. We take a snapshot and kind of put it all together. That's kind of how I do it. And just brands you here, and then gives the statistics on the back. And then just, how much is your home worth? And these are something that she used to pass out and put on doors. So, and then again, this is something, if this saying that, she's your neighborhood specialist, and this, she passes it around where she lives. She likes to market in her area. So this is something that you could do, every 60 days, or every, at least once every, at least quarterly. You want to do it at least quarterly. You don't want to do overkill. So at least quarterly is good. The other one that is this one. This is if you want to target like notice of default. So we send these out to people who have notice of default, just letting them know that, if you notice everything's bright red and like, because we want to get their attention, and just let them know that everything is free. We don't charge them, to take a look at their situation, to help them. We want them to call us. And this flyer has actually been very, very successful. It does get homeowners to call. I'll tell you that I met a few homeowners, and one of them actually showed me a letter that she got from, so there's an attorney that sends letters to people that are in notice of default. He's an agent and an attorney.
Oh, wow.
And he sends a letter to these people that are in NOD or, or notice of trustee sale, and basically bad mouths agents and says like, don't use an agent, they're just going to rip you off, come straight to an attorney, blah, 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 and it's pretty sad, to be honest. That's his marketing tactic though. And,
That's terrible.
Yeah, but there's certain agents that obviously don't, they're, I mean, not agents, there's certain, consumers who are scared of attorneys. So they're not even going to go there, and this particular person had paid an attorney way back when to help her with the modification, and they just took off, never helped them. So they were already fearful of an attorney anyway. But I can't, and I even looked up him on the MLS to see how many like he really had and stuff. And He doesn't have many, but everything that he does have was notice of defaults. So that letter does work. So that's why I'm telling you, if his letter works, trust me, this letter works as well. But you got to be consistent, and that's the thing. It's all about being consistent. So, and following your farms, you'll be able to see what is, what when a notice of default is actually filed. So, like I said, you can come up with all kinds of content, creative stuff. Gosh, like I said, we do a ton of stuff. This is another one that we did. So when you have expireds, this was actually something that's in the Remax. We just kind of made it our own. But this is just saying, let's get your listing right, that we saw that their property, is expired. And this is something that we actually text to. A lot of times the phone numbers are on the property radar when it's a seller. So we'll text them this, and then we'll go drop off, a CMA at their door. And usually we do this for the properties that are around our office. Well, I do, because it's close and it's convenient, but I tell the agents, keep your eye out. You should be, if you have a farm, you should be making sure that you have it also set in the MLS, as a safe search, because you need to be knowing what's going on in that area, and you're not going to search it every day. So you create that so that way it's there for you. So every morning when you wake up, whatever's new in that neighborhood, you're going to know. And that's, like I said, a lot of times as agents, we get up and we check our emails, we go on social media, but we don't really do the things that we need to be doing to be that expert for that area. So if someone were to really call you and say, hey, what's going on in this area? I saw my neighbor put their home up for sale. You're like, oh shoot, let me check, right? Because you don't know that, you're being told that. Yeah. So we should always be the one to know before anybody else. So again, it's just, in order for you to be that professional, then we have to do the things that it requires us to be that, professional. So those are just some tips for now. I don't want to cut you guys short, but I want to take some questions before I go. I do have to go just a little bit early because I have an appointment and I have to be there at 4:30. So you guys tell me if you guys have any questions or anything else. But like,
I have a quick question.
I want to go through different things to kind of show you guys how to utilize your farm, but do something this week. Make something. Yes.
Hi. Thank you. Hi. Really quick to touch back on the safe search for the MLS. So I've done safe searches before, but not for expireds. So you're saying there's a way to be alerted that it expired the night before? Okay.
As soon as it expires, you'll get to know. So if you guys want next week, I'll put that on. Jessica, are you there? Jessica? She's my note girl. So we'll write that down. So if you want, I'll show you step by step how to set that up. And then, like I said, to set up at whatever it is that you guys, whether it's expireds or right now, even withdrawals, even holds, because
that's true.
What's happening right now is some agents, I don't know if it's the agent that doesn't want to work or if it's the sellers that are scared or what's going on, but their contract is still running. So, like I said, I would take a look and see, the experience. Like, I've been doing a lot of different research myself, and I think a lot of these properties are going to, the sellers are going to still have to sell. So, for the most part, not all of them, but most of them are going to have to sell. And what's going to end up happening is once it expires, they're going to look for some, and especially you should be looking if it's in any of your farming areas. If you see any of those in your farming areas, you can you're not soliciting business if you were to drop off something of value. So I'm just saying there's just different ways, but yeah, we can work on doing that. So that way, like I said, you want to be as systemized and automated as possible, because the less work you do, the easier it becomes for you. And I think that's what's really important in knowing is I like to be able to spend the time, set it up one time, and I don't ever have to touch it again. I mean, unless I'm going to update it or whatever, but that's not every day. So our time is valuable. Yes, Vanessa, did you want to say something?
Yeah. Can we go over the net proceeds?
Oh, that's right. She's like this.
I'm like, wait before you go.
Yeah. Okay, so really quick. Okay, let me do that real fast. I forgot.
Okay.
See, I forgot. She wanted to learn how to do that. Okay, so if you go into let me X out of all this.
I'm following you on car right now. So I could
Okay. So if you go into your zip forms, we're talking about, I don't know how you guys do your, you can get it from your, your title or your escrow or apps too. I like to do it as a, I have it templated already just because it's easier. So if you guys want, I'll pull up my template and take a screenshot. Okay. So that way you can just input the same thing. That'll probably be the easiest and fastest way.
Thank you.
But you're welcome. So the only thing that's going to change if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty is going to be the taxes. So, you're going to have to look at their tax bill in order to do that. So like on this particular property here, if I go to, or you know what, hold on, I lied. That's not going to work. Let me go somewhere else.
So the taxes, the price, and then.
Yeah, let me see. I'm trying to go to an old one because I don't want to change anything new. Hold on. This is not working for me. I'm just going to have to do a new one. So I'm going to do a new one, and I actually have to do a new one anyway. So let me just do this.
For the seller? The seller's net proceed or the buyer's?
I'm doing the sellers.
Okay.
Is that what you wanted, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Both, but preferably the seller first.
Well, the thing is we can't do buyer. The loan officer has to do buyer because we don't know the lender fees. So by us doing that, we would be way off because we shouldn't be quoting that. In my opinion, I wouldn't do that. I would tell the lender, send me an estimate and I'll forward it to the buyer. So I wouldn't do that. But for listing, yes, because we're the ones that decide what our fees are. So when you go into when you do your templates, you should be saving the estimate with all the numbers in it. So that way they're already, they're there. So here's the seller estimated proceeds. So basically when I go to my listing appointment, I fill it in there. So here you're going to put in the price. So let's just say I decide to go $339,900 today. And so the fees are already in there. You can change your commission. If you're negotiating your commission, you can change that obviously. But I always leave under demand and reconveyance, $75. The escrow fee, I put $1,750, title insurance, $1,650. I've been putting $250 here for drawing, notary, and recording fees because sometimes it's just like a pad, to be honest. It's a pad because sometimes the recording fees are getting expensive now. So I just put them there. Again, whatever you're deciding to charge for your fees, you're going to put the percentage, and then the transfer tax is 1.10 for San Bernardino, Riverside County. So again, depending upon where your property is, there's certain cities, Pomona being one of them, that has a city rate as well. So if you're not sure, you can always call your escrow company and they'll tell you so you can be sure. I put in natural hazard report, a termite inspection fee, and then whatever the home warranty fee is. You can change that. If there's a pool and a spa, then I'll up the price a little bit. Maybe I'll put $700 instead of, $410 or whatever. So that's usually all I put on there, unless I know it's in an HOA. Then I'll put an additional like $750 because the HOA charges, transfer fees and all that good stuff. So, or unless the client tells me, you know what, Sonia, I am going to pay, you know, there's a solar, there's this, so then I'll put on transfer fees. Like I'll just pad stuff. But for the most part, this is all that I put on there when I'm doing a net sheet. That's it. And I don't put any liens on there for them. And the reason I don't do that is because if they see a dollar sign, let's just say he tells me he owes 198,000, and I write it in there, 198,000, and I tell him, oh, you can look at netting 115. So he's stuck with 115 in his mind, even though he told me 198. And let's say it ends up being 202. And then maybe there was something else here that got changed a little bit. So now he's at 105. He's like, wait a minute, you told me 115. So I don't tell them this price. I usually don't ever put in their whatever liens they owe. I just tell them your costs are going to be approximately 26,000. You should be netting 313,000, depending upon how much you owe, any outstanding liens on your home, taxes, whatever's, you know, if there's anything else coming up on title, then that's all going to be subtracted from that amount. And so they're like, okay, that's fine. So then once we're, you know, in escrow and we have the offer, we have, you know, the payoffs, we have, you know, the prelim to see if there was anything else additional. Once I see all of that, then I'll give him an updated estimate, but I'll give it to him from escrow, and then he can see, okay, this is where we're at now because of everything now that we found out. So this is preliminary. Yeah.
And then the seller should know whatever liens he might have. So makes sense.
They should, but you'll be surprised. You tell them, hey, let me tell you a story real quick. So and Jessica knows, I just sold a house about a few weeks ago in Chino, and on the I don't remember if it was on the prelim or if it was, I don't remember exactly how it came about, but she was going to net 196,000. That was her net. And I knew she knew that she was going to get that much money because she kept calculating, oh, I'm going to put money this, I'm going to put this amount here. Like she kept talking about it. Well, escrow sends me a invoice saying she owed $175,000 to a lien on her property. So I'm like, there's no way, because that means she's only going to make $20,000. Then no, there's no way. So when I showed it to her, she's like, no, Sonia, there's no way. I paid that lien before. I know I paid it. And it was to an attorney. The attorney kept saying, no, she didn't pay it. She owes the money. It was 7 years ago. I could not get a hold of her escrow. She went through some crazy old escrow and especially right now they're closed. So it was like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Right. Well, thankfully she went through all her stuff. She found her final closing statement from when she refinanced 7 years ago. And she was able to prove that she did in fact pay it at that time. But they were, if she didn't have the proof, to be honest, I don't know what we would have done, because title was like, nope, sorry, can't accept it, won't do it. They need proof because the attorney is still sending a demand. So he's saying that lien is active. He is not acknowledging that it's paid for. So again, that tells me that he was trying to see if she had her documentation. So save your paperwork, people. How important it is, because can you imagine paying $175,000 twice?
All over again. Oh my gosh, no.
She was very upset. She was so happy when I found that paperwork.
Yeah.
So happy.
So I'm just, and then again, I think they're only supposed to keep the escrows like for 7 or 8 years or something like that. So let's just say she decided to sell 2 more years from now. They may have not been legally obligated to find her closing statement or whatever, and she would have been asked out, honestly. So it's scary. It's a scary thing. So, I mean, like I said, it's important to definitely, you know, again, stress to your clients, put away, anytime you close a loan, put away your loan papers, put them away somewhere. Don't scan them, you know, scan them and put them somewhere if you don't want to save them. But just keep them in a safe place. And tell them a story like that, and trust me, they'll save them. So
scare them to death.
Yeah, right. They're like, wait a minute, what? No, I'm here to help you. I'm here to save you. So, but yeah. So I just wanted to go over that with you guys, and like I said, thank you guys for joining. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you guys take advantage, work on marketing, you know, try to just, you know, even if you don't send it to your full farm, at least send it to, you know, just try sending it to a few people, see how it comes out, and you'll be surprised the feedback you get back. I promise you'll get good stuff. So you guys have a great day. Any questions, you can always reach out to me. If not, I'll see you guys next Friday, or sooner, probably some of you, but this class next Friday.
Thank you, Sonia. Thank you for including me. Okay.
Okay,
Bye,
you're
guys.
welcome.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.